So we all know the defense has not been allowed to actually see the weapon that was supposed to have unalived Charlie Kirk. What if they know that it is impossible to actually fire this weapon? And that could totally be the reason we've been unable to get a look at this weapon ourselves this whole entire time. And what if I told you that Turning Point USA hosted 2 simultaneous events last night, and they're all over social media bragging it up about how jam-packed it was. But turns out that might not be so true. But that's a good thing, because what they were pushing at these events was totally disgusting and disgraceful. You're not going to believe it. And you guys have got to see this clip of Blake and Andrew reacting to some new information they found out about the Tyler Robinson case. Against my better judgment, let's get into it and snark on a bunch of these people. So first things first, here's a post from Andrew Kolvet, and he says, over 1,500 attendees at Ohio State featuring Vivek Ramaswamy, Savannah Chrisley, and Lawrence Jones, in our largest pastor summit ever, with over 1,200 pastors and church leaders in Grapevine, Texas. Great work, TPUSA Faith and TPUSA students. And then we've got some pictures here I wanted to show you guys. So it definitely looks like a packed auditorium here, right? Lots of people. And then we've got the next venue. It looks to be a lot bigger, a lot of empty seats though. So I'm not really sure if they're trying to say it was a full house, because in this one you definitely see some empty seats. But if you go down to the comment section, which is my favorite, okay, where we're gonna go right now, and the first one I see is Grace. She says, came here for the comments. They did not disappoint. Not a single person is falling for your lies. And that's pretty funny. People are like so over Turning Point anymore. It's just, I mean, I'm almost feeling bad for them because they're trying so hard, but everybody just hates them now. It's so funny. Christina Holbrook, Thought Criminal, says there wasn't 1,200 people there. He lied. And I know this to be a fact. And then they put a screenshot up of the Turning Point USA kind of thing they send to your phone. Seating's first come, first serve with priority entrance to students. Maybe they were there at the event and they don't think there was 1,200 people there. Nicole Halverson says, you know what you'd be doing if you guys were actually still influential and impactful? Not telling us how many attendees are at each event. And that's absolutely 100% true. Nicole brings the best point. There's no need to tell anybody about that, but you're out here blabbing about it because it's not happening. You're trying to pretend it is. It's pretty sad. Starshine says, Andrew, how about you just post the video of Charlie at the Aspen Summit here on social media? Everyone wants to see him saying he would turn over TPUSA to Erica. The donors may stop donating if this is not cleared up. Unfortunately, though, if they took the offer from Bibi Netanyahu to take Turning Point to the next level, they're working with tons of money right now. And these measly donors, even sending in millions, wouldn't really matter, would it? So unfortunately, the only thing that we can do is ride out this storm until they run out of money, and just hopefully, more and more people start to see what they stand for and understand what they're really out here doing. Otherwise, who knows what's going to happen to this country. Lady Von Mega says, Andrew, it's not too late for you. Pray to God for forgiveness. Disheartening to see how far you've swayed. I don't get this horrible vibe from Andrew. I think he's actually stupid, finds himself in a very precarious situation, and so he has to do what he has to do. Doesn't seem like he is as big of a snake as someone like Blake Neff. And speaking of good old Blake Neff, he's so shocked and disgusted. In this clip I'm going to show you, the look on his face, just wait until you see it. What do you guys think? Were they fibbing about the attendance at their little soiree for Turning Point USA or what? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. At this Turning Point USA event last night, we have a clip from this reality TV personality with no ties to Ohio that she says to try to convince these kids that a data center should be placed in their state. So the post says she has no skin in the game. She was hired to try to seem relevant to OSU students. She told OSU students that how AI lied about Charlie's death, that OSU grads would have jobs in data centers, and how we shouldn't let Texas and Virginia have them. Quote, build them here. I don't even know what to say. I'm utterly disgusted. This is actually shameful. Now they're trying to promote the building of data centers in people's states, but let's hear what this trifling has to say.
And the question for Ohio is really simple. Are those servers going to be built here, powered by American energy, paying American paychecks, hiring kids who graduated from this exact same school? Or are we going to hand that future to Texas and Virginia and wonder for the next 30 years why kids keep leaving? Vivek says it best. Build it here.
Listen what the comments have to say here. Her parents went to prison for fraud, so it's fitting. Oh, okay. Having impressionable young people indoctrinated by shady spokes teens pushing invasion politics at Wexler University is chow. Wow. The Chrisley family lived a lavish lifestyle. Trump pardoned them, of course, but her parents, whom she defends, were charged with conspiracy to commit bank fraud, wire fraud, and tax evasion conspiracy to defraud the United States. Yeah, the daughter of a couple convicted for bank fraud and tax evasion sounds super relevant to OSU students. Wow, I'm speechless. Turning Point has become irrelevant, using it in this way to push a narrative. I'm sad. Obviously, people are not very happy with this nonsense. Some rando reality TV star trying to act like they know something is actually disgusting. They're trifling. You guys remember this kid who they were trying to censor him so badly that he almost didn't get to ask his question at the event with the vice president. It's just every single event they pull off anymore. It's something disgusting that we're hearing that they're talking about or doing. It is just, par for the course for them anymore, sadly. So Project Constitution posted massive break, the fatal flaw in the Tyler Robinson case. This weapon could not have been fired. The mainstream media is aggressively pushing the narrative that Tyler Robinson used a World War II era 30-06 Mauser to unalive Charlie Kirk. But if you actually understand firearm mechanics, there is a glaring, undeniable hole in their story. If you are enjoying this video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. If you're new, we're trying to reach 1 million subscribers by like the weekend, so every little bit helps. All right, back to the video.
Got one of my favorite types, Mauser 98, not necessarily this specific one, but somebody's done a sporter job on her and in the shop for a low scope safety. So they've mounted a scope, they got a low bolt handle, all well and good, but they got the military safety, which isn't conducive to our scope, obviously.
So this is a diagram of what they are referring to. I can't actually show the video where it shows him trying to move the safety. And as you can see where this is circled, this would have to rotate 180 degrees in order to use this weapon. However, when the scope is mounted to the top of it, you cannot move this 180 degrees because it bangs right into the scope, basically, is what they're saying. This is probably the answer as to why the federal government will not turn over the weapon to the defense, because they can see this clearly can't have been the weapon used if this is the case. The safety could have been altered in order to have had it work, or the scope as well could have been altered, but we can't find out what happened with it because no one's allowed to see it. So this tells me they had the weapon in their possession, but they did not post an actual picture of it. This could be why. The FBI refuses to turn this over to the defense for them to examine, and this could 100% be why. All these things need to be rectified before this court case should be able to be moved forward. If this couldn't even have been fired, then obviously this whole entire case falls apart. I don't know, guys. It's just such a problem because if they're willing to go this far to frame this kid, who knows what they would do to this weapon that they've had in their possession since, the day Charlie Kirk was unalive. And now for the clip we've all been waiting for. Take a look at Blake, Neff, and Andrew Kolvet's reactions as this woman tells them that the jury selection in the Tyler Robinson case may not happen until early 2028. Hold on, I gotta tone down the brightness. Blake's bald head literally blinded me for a minute.
What would your bet be on when we might finally start impaneling jurors for this trial?
Early 2028. I would put the over
Look at them both. I just want to slow it down for you guys to see.
under on early.
Now, look at Blake compared to Andrew. What is going on here? Andrew's finding this funny, right? He's going, oh, he's laughing about it. And Blake is so butthurt over this. All the inconsistencies that we've seen in the Tyler Robinson case, there's clearly something more going on here. Now, who knows what that could be? But if that was your friend that was unalived, wouldn't you want to find out exactly what is going on before you go and hope for the unaliving of somebody who could potentially be innocent? I just don't find it very Christian.
It's the nature of capital cases, and in a case like this as well, it's already being kind of foreshadowed that there are going to be many technical types of challenges to the evidence.
I wonder why. This isn't cut and dry here, okay? And the fact that he's just so gung-ho to see this kid unalived, he's so disgusting. Yeah, so it really seems Turning Point USA is really taking a turn for the worse anymore, pushing data centers and creepy pastors and preachers and I can't keep up. And now with Blake's reaction to hearing that the jury selection won't be till 2028, I just find that whole place evil anymore, in my opinion, allegedly. Okay. Let me know what your thoughts are on all of this down in the comment section, and I'll see you guys on the next one.